What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Bayou Geeks. I'm your host, Fatty316. What's going on, everybody, tonight? Well, tonight we are having a live special edition of the Bayou Geeks on a Tuesday at that during the week. As you can see, right now, Shy's with me from Break the Apocalypse. I'm sorry, Shy. Planet Mondo. Oh, and Spitball Media. Sorry, guys. Had a little technical difficulties. I'm a little shaking right now. As you can see, Maximus is not with us. He's out right now. He's having headphone problems. But so we decided just to go ahead and start the show. But once again, joining me tonight, Shahin from Spitball Media and Planet Mondo, my man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you inviting me on.
Nah, I'm a little shaken up, bro. Let's see. Actually, he's in. Let's see if he got it.
I'm so fucking tired.
No, hello?
Third time's not a charm.
I put new headset fucking set. Everything's the same. Like I just put a different headset on. Still can't hear you. So I don't know how it's on my end. There's no way it's. I don't understand.
Just go, dude. I would actually restart the. Did you restart the computer? Oh shit, he can't hear me. Fuck.
Yeah, maybe try to restart the
through comments. I'll send it through comments, man. Let me see if I could do this. Restart computer.
No, I can't hear you, bro.
This is comedy gold, by the way.
Well, that's what we're here for, man. We here to make the people laugh. Yeah. Okay, let's do this again. Welcome. We finally got the third member of the Spitball Media podcast on. I've been trying to get you on for a while now, but God damn it. My kid now. Jeez,
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on either way, though.
Shy, I am so sorry, my friend.
It's all good, man.
So sorry.
Yeah, kids, if you want to take the call, you take the call.
It ain't nothing important, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And if
last week was my
live, she hit me through the comments.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on actually last week, so that's my fault. I forgot my mom's birthday, so I felt like a piece of shit. So we had to postpone. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. Last week you had to switch it, I think. So.
Yeah, had a little medical procedure done. You know, something us older people have to do when we get older. You know, it's like, fuck it. Give a shit.
Man, you're not ancient, man. You're acting like you're much older than me.
Yeah,
how old are you?
47.
Yeah, you got like 10 years on me, but
But still, look, like I told the lady, I was like, when I was 19, I never thought in a million years I would be in here doing this shit. Because it's just one of them things you got to get done, when you get older.
Though? This is the first time I'm actually starting to kind of feel old. Like it's never hit me before. You know what I mean? Mainly because I always I don't have kids, so I don't have to be super responsible. I can still act like a moron and nobody gives a shit, right? So.
The way I guess you notice things as you're getting older, like you just can't do, or if you wanted to do, you're not even going to attempt. It's just the little things that just start to disappear, and that's when you realize I am getting old. I couldn't do that no more. Yeah, I can't do. I ain't running 40 and 3 flat anymore. No way. I ain't doing that shit no more. You just know the things you can't do anymore. I'm not getting on a skateboard anytime soon.
Right. Well, that's the thing with me, though. I don't feel any older necessarily. I still do exactly what I was doing 10 years ago. I can still, pretty much do everything. I think what kept me feeling young is because I dated girls that were 10 years younger than me. So I tried to stay between the 25 and 30 range. And I usually try to date people that don't have kids because I still want to have fun. I want to live my life, So I think that helped me a lot in a sense. I don't know if help is the right word because I think it also kind of shot myself in the foot with that one. But yeah, it kept me feeling young, if that makes sense. Because for the most part, there was a girl that lived with me for 6 years. She had a kid, but that was the only one. Other than that, I still live my life like I'm 25, man. I don't feel any different. But now that I'm getting closer to 40, though, I feel weird.
That's when I think you start to feel. I guess I've never really felt like being old, but like I said, it's just the little things you just kind of doubt more now,
right?
It just little more and more each time. All right, here we go. Well, I guess he can't hear us because he's already shaking his head in there. I can see him now. Nothing, huh?
I can't hear shit.
Nada.
I don't understand why this is fucking happening.
Oh shit! I can't tell him. Hold on. We're going to do some technical shit live, y'all. Shahin, I apologize again, but I'm going to tell him your idea.
Shout out to Chris Matthews. It's my boy. What's going on, man? Who's your daddy-o? I don't know who that is, but shout out to you. What's going on?
Yeah, bro. What?
Hey, get on your phone. Do it from your phone.
I don't want to do that for my phone. Are you fucking kidding me? For my phone? I don't want to do that for my phone.
Just for the night.
It's the worst audio in the world if I do it for my phone.
Put it in your microphone. We all do the show.
Oh, Chris, you got the Japanese box set? Damn. Is that Dirk? Who's your daddy-o, Dirk?
I think so.
Gotcha. But yeah, Chris, I just saw that announcement for the Godzilla box set. I think it's like a steel book. It's getting a US release, but they're not even going to have like English subtitles, which makes no sense. Like I don't know why they're releasing Godzilla -1 in the States and then it doesn't even have fucking subtitles. So
I know I finally watched that a couple weeks ago and I was like, that is the greatest Godzilla movie I've ever watched in my whole life.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I'm waiting on a release. You know, I'm still waiting on a release, but it doesn't look like we're getting one anytime soon. You know, Chris Matthews is talking about it in the chat room, but you know, there was a really nice set from Japan. It was like a box set. And they're releasing the same exact thing in the States, except they're not translating anything. So the book is in Japanese, the bonus features are in Japanese, the fucking movie's in Japanese with no subtitles. So it's like I don't really understand what they're doing, but you know, it is what it is.
I had a bone to pick with you.
Yeah.
Something you said, I was like, how did he not like that? Well, you didn't like the Swamp Thing movie.
Keep in mind though, I didn't grow up on the movie. So I watched it in 2024. So if I watched it as a kid, I'm sure it'd be a lot more charming. Watching it for the first time in 2024, it's a little rough. I do know Wes Craven did the second one though, right?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know who did the second one because the first one, have you seen the second one, The Return of Swamp Thing?
No. Did Wes Craven do the first one then?
I would take it. If I had to guess, I would say the first one.
Yeah, he did the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
So
yeah, the second one, shit. Now I lost my train of thought. The second one is completely different from the first one. Completely, because the first one's kind of trying to catch the horror aspect of Swamp Thing. The second one is like complete comic bookish. It was made for the comic book fans. God.
Yeah, I've never seen the second one. First one though, man, I don't know. I watched it for the first time, like I said. So I'm a little, you know, I'm looking at it through a 2024 lens versus something from the 80s.
Yeah, but the second one, like I was saying, the second one, it was like aimed for like comic book fans, literally. And if you look at it, like even the beginning, I mean, John could probably tell you, it literally was like to bring in people for the comic book. It starts out with images from the comic book, and the movie becomes like more cartoonish, like with the characters. Like Swamp Thing's fighting like different mutant monsters in this one, unlike the first one. He is, but it's more of a serious, where this one's more of a comic. Heather Locklear is in the second one. The same guy plays it.
The second one speaks more to me. Like that sounds like a funner movie. I'm sure it's a piece of shit though. I'm sure it's terrible.
Now the show they had in the early 90s it was a USA network show. That was actually good. That was good.
I've heard of that one. Never seen it though.
And the DC one that came out about 4 or 5 years ago when DC had their app, that was actually damn good too. And after one season they gave up.
Yeah, I remember watching the trailer for the recent one. I guess the one from 4 or 5 years ago that DC did. The trailer looked pretty dope. Like that one looked a lot along what I prefer. But yeah, I will say this though. Like I'm not a comic book guy, but if I had to choose something, like Swamp Thing is probably the closest to what I would favorite, you know.
Yeah, Swamp Thing's one of them like unsung DC characters. Like they kind of ignored him. But he's had his own thing, really. Maximus is good.
Oh, he froze up on you now. He might have audio, but he's frozen.
What a night! What a night!
Aren't they doing like another version of it, or did they do another version of it recently? I feel like I heard something about Swamp Thing being.
I don't know. I don't know. Hell, Swamp Thing. Come to think of it, Swamp Thing had a cartoon too in the '90s and a toy line.
I do remember that. I actually had the
goofy,
toy.
but it was like the Rambo cartoon in the '80s. It was like not Rambo at all, but it was supposed to be Rambo. You know,
right?
Dude, they even had a cartoon.
Yeah, in the 90s and 80s, I feel like they made a cartoon for everything. Like I remember that there was a Mask cartoon with like Jim Carrey. You remember that shit?
No, I don't remember. I was thinking of the '80s cartoon Mask. Like
there was a Mask cartoon. Yeah, there was a Mask cartoon with Jim Carrey. I don't think Jim Carrey did the voice or anything, but there definitely was a Mask cartoon. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I'm sure. I vaguely remember because I only seen the movie a couple times. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I enjoyed it, but there was other movies I liked them more in.
Yeah, it's from '95. That's when the cartoon was going on, so makes sense.
I know you. Well, obviously, I know you're a horror fan. Like, where did that love start?
Shit, man. I honestly don't really know. My dad had some weird tapes, and he gave me access to a lot of it at a super young age. Like I watched a lot of those cannibal movies when I was like 8 or 9. So it already traumatized me as a child. So I feel like it kind of set the standard, you know. And when I don't know, I gravitated towards like horror looking things, you know. Like I remember being a kid and I always wanted like the board games that had the monsters. As far as toys, like I always just wanted monsters. Like I never rooted for the superhero. I was always a villain person. So I don't know, I think it's just something that was in me. Like I always just gravitated more towards like the violence and the monsters and, you know, all that shit. So and when I lived in Germany, well, actually my first time any exposure to horror would probably be toys, honestly. I was probably like 6 maybe, and I just remember seeing these Hellraiser toys in England. You know, I was living in England for 7-8 months with my uncle. So I think that was my first exposure to anything horror related. But after that, I don't know, man. Once video stores like became a thing where I was renting movies on weekends, like I just fell in love with it, and I was just getting different movies. And you know, a lot of those movies, I forget that I watched them until they get re-released nowadays with like new transfers and stuff. So it's always a joy, like going back and you know, kind of like going down memory lane and revisiting all these movies that I forgot about. But yeah, horror. I mean, dude, it's like my whole collection. I would say probably 80% of it is horror. So
yeah, I definitely grew up on the classics, like the Halloweens and the Texas Chainsaw Man. I never like got into like a super horror fan, but I appreciate the classics. You know, like between Texas Chainsaw, the original, and The Exorcist, those are the kings to me. Those two, especially Texas, because it had that gritty, like almost 8mm look to it, and that's what made it even better. Especially when I had 6 when I first saw it. 19, that would have been like 1983, and it was the scariest shit I ever seen. Especially when he jumped out and hit the dude with the hammer. It's like holy shit. But yeah, those movies, Exorcist I grew up with that one, and I kind of got into like those B-80 movies, like oh shit, like I don't know, the Zombies, My Teenage Friend, shit like that. Those cheesy 80s zombie movies, or like Deadly Friend, shit like that. I used to watch all of those. 90s, I kind of got out of horror. It just wasn't the same, especially when they got to like the I like to call it the teenage horror shit. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the Screams. It was like, this shit's like.
Yeah, I feel like there's different chapters of horror. You know, like the late 90s, it was all teenage movies with like Final Destination and I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream. Like, it's kind of like the same formula with different just approaches to it. How is My Deadly Friend? That's a Wes Craven movie. I've bought it. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it had 2 names. No, that's another one I'm thinking of. Deadly Friend is it's crazy. But chick dies and he makes her into a robot, some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nothing. I was like, I've never heard of that movie.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's there was another one called Chopping Mall, But I think that's the one with the different name about robots killing people in a mall. Like they were stayed and had sex. They were mall workers. The robots just go around kill them because they were the security.
All right, that's different.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking about like
Chopping Mall
those
is fun,
cheesy
though.
movies.
Yeah, Chopping Mall is fun though. If you haven't seen it, I'd check that one out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Deadly Friend. Like I said, I own both of them. I have seen Chopping Mall, never seen Deadly Friend. But you know, I'm a big Wes Craven fan aside from Swamp Thing, obviously. But aside from that, most of his movies I appreciate. So Deadly Friend is definitely one of those I'll have to check out. There's like an Amish cult movie he made also in the early years. I forget what it's called. It's like an Amish cult or some shit like that. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chris?
I think I missed out. If I heard the name, I may know the name, and then I'd probably be like, "Oh, I think I know that one."
Deadly Blessing. That's what.
No,
it was.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
That's deep, bro. That's some deep cult stuff right there. I've never heard of any of these two movies you guys are talking about so far. All the other ones I'm familiar with, you know, Swamp Thing and all that good stuff. But what the hell?
this is still surface level though. This is still Wes Craven. You know, we get real deep, man. There's you know.
Yeah, that's extra deep for me, bro. I was out playing sports sometimes.
No, I was a privileged white trailer trash kid with cable. You know, so you know.
Hey, look, we stole cable. Don't even get me started on that. I think the statute of limitations has expired, so my dad's not in trouble, so I ain't got to worry about it. But
y'all were cord slicing on the poles.
Oh no, we had the box, bro. We had the box.
The black box.
Oh yeah, there was a dude in the neighborhood had a box, and then my dad started working for the federal government. I looked at him, I'm like, hey, we gonna get rid of the box? And he says, no. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We can steal from the government, no problem. That's what's up. Let's do it.
I never had the box, but a friend of mine had it, and you know, we would go over there and just watch pretty much everything that we want because I always wanted it though. I just my mom.
Oh, it was the crazy part though is that the guy that my dad got it from was actually very good with tech, and he actually could have before it was a thing had parental controls on the fun channels. So me as a 16, 17-year-old kid, I'm like, where are the fun channels? How come I can't see none of the? I still get the two wiggly lines. We have all the channels.
Spice channel, man.
Oh my God, Spice, that was great. Playboy channel back in the day, that was another one. There was just so many channels, but he got rid of. He got smarter. Yeah, Penthouse I think had a channel too.
Penthouse had a channel, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, all you needed was Cinemax on Friday and Saturday nights.
Skinemax After Dark. I love that shit. That's what we used to call it all the time. We used to call it Skinemax.
Yeah.
Now you go get a cable service and it's called Max, and you're like, what? Is that Cinemax? They're like, no, it's HBO Max, but they want to shorten it to make it cool. Because everybody else had their shit that was cool. Because it's not NBC, it's Peacock. It's not TBS, it's Paramount.
When's the last time either of you have watched anything on I was about to call it Skinemax, on Cinemax?
I don't even know when that channel is.
I was like 47, 31 years
20,
ago.
20 plus years. I have no idea.
Yeah, same. I haven't watched anything. now I'm curious if they're still playing like those softcore pornos late at night.
Actually, no. I've watched. I mean, I'd say 13 years ago. When I had actual kids, this is before streaming.
Did they still have Cinemax? Is Cinemax still
a channel? Back then, yeah. When it was still like 13 years ago. You had like the only thing you had really back then was the apps. Like if you had HBO, you would get the HBO app.
Yeah, HBO.
I don't think it was Netflix had an app yet.
No, Netflix was still doing the Redbox. Still doing deliver to your house shit at Netflix.
Yeah, of course I had cinema. It's the only way I got it up to go bang the old lady. You know. Oh, Nikki Fritz.
Ruthless.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hey, man,
I finally made it in. The only thing that seems to work are my fucking AirPods and my fucking cell phone. Everything else is to shit. I could hear everything on my other mic. Like my mic, I could hear everything in my house. I hear my dogs fucking running back and forth, my cat meowing, but I couldn't hear you guys. I don't know what the hell was going on. But it is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's like a StreamYard issue. I know StreamYard sometimes has issues and shit. So.
I could even hear myself, and it even said the mic was working. I had all the good fun stuff. It was like, whatever, bro. I was getting frustrated. I was frustrated as hell. Because we've had it only happen one at a time when Fatty forgot to change, or he changed something when he was with the downspout. Yeah, you did. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear that shit. You're perfect. Nigga, get out of here. You're out your mind. But it's a pleasure to meet you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Likewise.
Yeah,
glad to be
sorry about. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys came on, and just in case everybody isn't out there, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. You know, give us some love. Yeah, I know that's usually my shit, but I was gone. fucking hearing me with technical issues, and now I'm on a
Dude,
cell
when
phone.
it was like everything was going wrong. You got off, the phone was fucking blowing up, and I'm just like looking at the screen like, sorry, and it's the same two damn people.
Yeah,
you know.
I was getting one person texting me the same shit. I'm like, you don't think I've done that? Like, I've done everything 4 times. I'm done. Like, I'm throw this shit in the fucking trash. I could hear everything else, but I was like, I don't understand. Piss me off.
I had the kid blowing up my phone, then the mother of that child blowing up my phone. It's like, what the fuck?
Hey, well, he's got some viewers. There we go. Got 4.
This is why I feel young still, man. I got none of that. Nobody fucking calls. I got no kids calling me. None of that
Look,
shit,
Shy, look, I had my daughter early purposely. I was 22, 23. Now she's married and I'm 47. I'm still below 50. I did good.
Yeah, I was 21 and then turned 22 after she was born. So yeah, me and Fatty got off early. Try to get that shit. My daughter's gonna be 26 this year in December.
One and done.
Yeah, me too. I got the one and that's it. It's like, all right, cool. I have enough kids that I inherited from Christy and all the boys. I got like 8 other boys. I never had a boy in my life. Met her, got 1,000 boys. There's so many fucking boys, and it's all true about the boys. And they're all the same age. They're all 22. They're between or 24. I think it's like 21 to 24. All of them. And there's like 9 of them. And it's like, oh, cool. We would wake up and after a party or something at the house, and there'd be fucking 17 kids in my house sleeping all over the place. I'd have to like walk over people when they were at the house chilling. I'm like, this is killing me. But I was happy they were there because they were there and not out somewhere else getting into trouble. So yeah.
That's
and
fair.
As long as nobody,
That's fair.
And as long as nobody drowned, because we do got a pool. As long as nobody drowned, we're good. Fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fuck
No,
that.
at
I
least
need
you
my
guys,
privacy. Get the fuck out.
at least all of your kids, both of you guys are older, so it's it's not so bad. It'll
it was a
pay
fun
off when
time
you're
getting
old
there.
too. You know,
Hopefully.
when you guys are old, they're gonna take care of you. I'm fucked. You know.
Hopefully they take care of us. They might put me in a fucking home.
Hey man, at
They're
least
like,
you still get business.
Everything
you
is
know?
everything is. I won't get visits. I'll barely get fucking FaceTimes or anything. But
I know. That's what I
shit.
told my kid. I'm like, yeah, don't ever put me in a home. That's my biggest fear. I was like, just bring me to the desert and just say, Dad, go be Jim Morrison. I'll be like, okay, and walk off and just let me go.
I'm gonna take me a walkabout. I'm gonna take me a walkabout.
Yeah, just let me go my way. You know, don't let me rot there.
That's crazy, bro.
I'll never understand that how like it's legal to put an animal down out of its misery, but as humans we don't have the choice. Like they just extend your life until you just can no longer fucking do anything. Like I saw my granddad, man. He was living with me. Like he was like the strongest dude I knew. You know what I mean? He was a very prideful man, and to see him barely be able to move and turn into like a vegetable, like I could tell he was miserable. He couldn't even talk anymore, but you could tell he wanted to be done. Like he was just like, dude, I don't need help. I'm not the type of man that wants somebody to pull up my pants. Like I'm ready to go. So like to me, that was like a moment in my life where I was just like, damn, man, this kind of sucks getting too old because I don't really want to live through this. You know, like I don't want somebody coming and changing my diapers and shit. Like,
you know, did you guys hear about that? You guys remember Dr. Kevorkian, right? Remember
yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, they have. There's some other dude, some other weird German guy. Don't know who he is, but he invented a roller coaster that has, I think, 7 or 8 continuous loops. But as the loops go, they get smaller in diameter, so the G-forces on your body increase because you're going faster in a smaller circle. And it's like loop, loop, loop. And it's a one-time ride. It is strictly for euthanasia. But I don't know where it's built or if he even built it. But like the physics of it, like I'm like, whoa, that's kind of.
Why would you want to go out like that? That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah, really. You like roller coasters?
Just give me the injection, and boom.
No, I don't want nobody. No, you know what? One more ride. Let's go. Ride this bitch up. Like, sure, there's no coming back. Yeah,
if I'm going through all that trouble, I'm be like, look, put me on a rocket ship to space and just let me try that. And if I make it back, I make it back. I don't. What
is this? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Well, let me do something exciting. Just I'm gonna get this roller coaster. I'll never see y'all again. Bye. Zoop, 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 zoop. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, everybody just standing at the side of the roller coaster to take a picture of it when it's on the second loop.
Why you live?
That's my biggest fear too. Like heights, I can't I'll climb a fucking ladder. That's about it. Like I'm not. I don't like anything with heights. So
I love fucking heights. Heights are fun.
yeah, my ass stays on the ground, man. Like my feet stay 10 toes down on the ground. Like I can't do that. But I would probably rather die in diapers than die on a roller coaster. If I'm being honest, like that wouldn't be a help to me because that.
I'm just saying, some people might want.
Yeah,
that sounds like a great time for some people. Like I wouldn't mind.
Well, after that ride, they're still
going
to have to put a diaper on your ass because you're going right through.
No,
your lips are going to go right through your asshole.
they got special kind of seatings and mats. Like there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing. That's all.
So you get the diaper regardless, regardless.
In that case, just keep me in the diaper and keep me on the ground. I don't need to be up in the air, man. Like I don't need that in my life.
You know what's crazy too is that ever since Kevorkian died, you don't hear about this stuff anymore. Because I remember that was a big thing in the '90s growing up.
Shit, Canada like just legalized it.
What, to kill yourself? Really?
Yes.
Oh shit! Really? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it's legal.
Crazy, bro.
Pretty sure it's legal in Oregon or something too, somewhere.
Yeah, the Canadians are fucking nuts.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
That's what it is. They're like, look, this is what you get. Like, you want to go? That's fine. Whatever. We're not gonna stop you. We're fine.
Yeah, dude, that's a tough call, dude. Look, I can't. That's a rough one, dude. To even to have an opinion on, because one thing's morally right, but the other one, the other side's morally right. The same thing. In that crosshair.
Yeah, I'm looking up the they call it assisted suicide. I'm looking
how did we get on that? We went from horror movies to assisted suicide.
Oh, there's more than you think.
Well, there's a lot of different things you could do. Like everybody does it all. Like you hear about it in the news all the time. Like the old people trying to scam the insurance company. Like, look, man, I'm gonna go. So let's make this look good. You and my family to get some money. Pay for this shit.
Elvis Presley.
So it says physician-assisted suicide is legal in 11 states: California, Colorado, D.C., Hawaii, Montana, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. So
but we don't hear about it no more because I remember before that was a huge thing. Like I remember Kevorkian was he out like Detroit? He was in somewhere in Michigan, and I believe that's because I remember I was living in Chicago at the time. That's how long ago it was. But yeah, I remember you used to hear about that shit all the time. Like every year or so, he's getting sued by the state for helping somebody, end their life. And I'm like, what? Like, what's the problem with that? Like, this person, like, can as much as they can say, and this is what I want done. Like, let them do it. Like, that's fine. They just passed a law in Louisiana to castrate like pedophiles. So it's like, okay, that's what we're doing. That's fine. That's a thing. I think it's either coming up for a vote or it just got passed, where they're doing chemical castration. I believe it's Louisiana, but I'm not 100% sure. I smoke too much.
It's either that or the gator, Shy. Your choice.
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. If they pass that, that's wild. I mean, I'm all for it, man. If you're one of those people, there's really no way to fix you other than to just get rid of it.
Real quick, I want to shout out to Chris and Dirk's. We miss you, Dirk. We love you.
Yeah, man. Much love for Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk really wanted to be here tonight.
This is usually around the time where he's like getting home. Wonder if he even sees us right now.
He can text
Dirk, if you in the chat, say what's up.
No, he is. Who's your daddy? Or daddy-o?
Oh, there you go. That's it. Okay. He changes his name all the goddamn time. This fucking guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I never knew
that
who
on
he
this
is.
show. God.
Yeah, Dirk confused me for a second. I thought it was a beautiful white woman in the chat room. It's just Dirk. It's like,
she's in there too. She's the white woman in the chat.
The white woman. The white woman.
Yeah, it's her birthday coming up too. We're having a big old party over here on Sunday. It's gonna be a fucking great day. It's gonna be 40. Big old 40. She's catching up to us, Chris. She's catching up, bro.
I'll tell her I'll gladly stop and wait for her.
I know, me too. That's what I tell all the time. It's like, you're never gonna catch up, babe. It's just too late. It was funny.
Yeah, I'm terrified of hitting 40, man, because
it's not that bad. You'll be all right.
Nah,
but
nah.
you guys already got like, you got kids, and so it's different for you. For me, I feel like it's a race against time because if I don't find somebody that matches with me, like I don't want to get too old and be single. You know what I mean? I just got single 5 months ago, so like I'm used to having partners all the time, so it's kind of weird for me to go single again.
Do you have any brothers or sisters, like any nieces or nephews or anything like that?
Just a sister, yeah.
Nephews or?
No, my whole family's spread across the world. So like family wise, I pretty much got my mom and sister here. I don't really have nobody else.
Like little kids, because that's the fun part when you're an uncle. You just be like, all right, cool, you can take your baby back.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. My sister's much younger than me though. She's 24, so she's not having kids or anything. Yeah, we got a 13-year difference.
Well, I mean that's not for my family. That ain't too.
That's normal.
Bad. Yeah, that's pretty normal because my oldest
brother. 20?
My oldest brother's pushing 70. Then I got another brother in his 60s. Then my sister's 9 years older than me, and I'm 47. And my dad was 50, and my mom was 42 when I was born. So yeah, they were like, oh yeah, your wife's pregnant at 42, and my dad's like, yeah, right.
That's kind of crazy.
I think he was at the bar that night,
I'm pretty sure he was too.
Because I tell everybody, bro, I was not planned. I was a straight up fucking drunk night, yo. You ain't gonna sit there and convince me you were planned. They wanted you. Bullshit.
Damn, pregnant at 42 is that's wild, bro.
Bro, yeah, that's the other thing too, bro. Like when I first found that out, I was like, what? How old are your parents? I'm like, I can't just imagine your dad almost pushing 80 and you graduate. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's risky too, man.
My mom was 47 when I was starting kindergarten.
Damn.
They're like, oh, it'd like to meet your grandma. I'm like,
like, no, that's my mama. What'd you say about my mama?
Made it worse. My mom's this short, like 4'2", 4'5" lady. It's like I was almost taller than her at that age.
Your daughter had a kid too, right?
No, not my daughter. No, not yet. But she just got married in February.
Now I forward to being a grandpa.
Well, I have other stepdaughters from like my daughter's mom biological. I was with her mom for 14 years, and she already had 2 daughters. So I was even before we got together, I was there with them kids' lives before they were even born. So I kind of raised them for 14 years too. So those always be my daughters, and they have kids. So I'm kind of a step grandpa already. But,
yeah, I was a stepdad for 6 years, and it was like the weirdest experience. I don't ever want to do that again, though. If I'm being honest with you, like I just feel like for me, it's too risky. Like I can't do it.
It is, bro. It is because every relationship I've been in, there's always kids involved that were not my own. Everyone. And now, even though all of them, I think there was 4 out of all of them, one was the messed up one, and that was when I actually got married. And she straight up was a bitch. And like she used her kid, and we got together like twice. And then we finally got married, and then she just used her kid. She would have him call me daddy. And I was in this kid's life for a couple of years. And then when she fucking had her moment and we divorced and shit, I couldn't have nothing to do with the kid anymore. So yeah, it is risky. It just depends on the kind of the mom is. Because they all moms out there, they'll use their kids to get you, and it happens. I've been a victim of that.
Yeah, I wasn't even saying it from that perspective. I was more so saying it because, if a breakup happens, not only do you have to kind of get over the woman, you also have to get over the relationship you built with the child.
Yeah,
and it's also like when it's not biologically yours, like you have no say so. So like, if you guys break up overnight. I mean, goodbye to that.
They don't want to let you visit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like
they don't want to let you visit. You don't get to visit. Like, okay.
So
like, no, we're done with you. Thanks.
I went through that where I raised a 2-year-old up till she was 8 years old and then never saw her again. So I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do this shit again. This doesn't like this.
Burn, bro. I get it. I totally understand. If it was that way, see, like when I got with Christy now, all of her kids were already in high school. So like I've grown with them the last few years. They're all adults now. Everybody's a fucking kid, and I am a granddad. A step granddad to one of them. My little girl Carmen. I love her. Shout out Carmen. Coco Lisa, Grandpa, and Grandma love you. But yeah, bro. So it's different though, but it's fun because and then even our nephew, the same thing. We can give him back. Give him back after a few hours. Here you go. She babysits him like almost every Friday. So which is awesome.
Yeah, I was recently dating this girl up until like 2 weeks ago, and usually like I can be a scumbag. Like I'll be honest. I'll kind of tell you what you want to hear.
That's the best I love. It's like I'm kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna lie to you. So it was one of those situations where I was like, in my heart I know I'm not gonna be here for the long run. Like I want to have fun. I'm sure you got needs. Like that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything.
He shook the 8 ball and said maybe next time. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. But she had a 2-year-old, and I felt bad because she was genuinely like a nice person. So I had to tell her, I was like, hey, like, just want to let you know, like, I have no plans of sticking around long term. If you want to continue to date, like, I just want to have this understanding that you should still be actively looking for somebody else. Because no, I'm serious. Because like you should find your soulmate. This ain't it. Like I'm not.
Look, bro, before I was with her, I was only single for like a year and a half, and the one that I was with before that was almost 20 years. And we raised our daughter together and everything, and then, so I understand, but I haven't seen my daughter since 2019.
Yeah, I've been in back-to-back relationships. My first real one that was over like a year, I would say, was 5 years. Then back-to-back was 7 years, and then I just recently finished up 2 years. So, kind of like tired of going back to step number one and asking, oh, well, like, what's your favorite color and what's your love language? Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't. Like,
physical touch is my love language.
I've been a stepdad since I'm 21 years old and had maybe a 6 months break between all of that, but a stepdad ever since.
Yeah, it's
I don't
weird,
know what
man.
it's like to not have stepchildren, except one time. But the girl I was dating had a kid, and to go, not to interrupt you, Shy. It was funny that you brought that relationship because I was going to say, I've been through that one too. Because those are just as bad because the chick I dated after I broke up with my wife the first time, it was like, look, I straight up told that like the first night we, did something. And right after I'm like, look, I can't promise you nothing, bro. We can have some fun and shit, but I can't promise you nothing. I don't want, and if you don't, I mean, you could walk out the door and I wouldn't even be mad at you. And she was like, no, I want to stay. And I'm like, okay. and I'm going to be real. And this was my dick moment. Eventually me and the ex got back together and I had to break her heart because I knew she was falling in love with me. I could see it. You know these things. You could tell. She wants to say it, but she's not going to say it out of respect. And I had to break her heart. And it sucks because those kind of things just can end just as bad with bad shit too, just like a regular relationship can.
Yeah, it's funny. Me continuously going single every 5 years or so. You have to kind of adapt to like the evolution of dating because it changes so quickly nowadays. Like dating is not the same as when you guys were single. You know what I mean? Like now it's Tinder and it's all online. Like it's all Tinder and Bumble and Hinge. Like you got to keep up with this shit, right? Like there's no
fucking emojis everywhere.
Yeah, it's not like back in the day where you could just pull somebody off the street and talk. They would think you're fucking weird nowadays for stopping somebody on the street. Like, what are you, creep? Like, what the fuck are you doing? No?
I sure hope Mola ain't
watching social.
Gary, you need to tell us, man. I was the king of plenty of fish, bro.
I mean, plenty of fish. I think is dead now. I mean, that's it's mostly Tinder.
Yeah, I think this is 10 years ago for me.
Look, I've never had any of them. Like
I was the king of plenty of fish, baby, in this area.
I was married back then. I didn't mess with any of that stuff. I never did anything dirty on my ex. The shit just went sideways. It just didn't work no more. But I never tried any of those websites. I didn't know what any of those fucking things were. They all look like a scam to me. I'm like, so I can't just go to a bar and just be like, hey, what's up? Can I buy you a drink? Some bullshit shit like that, or not even say anything. Just sit at a bar and meet a person instead of some random fucking creepo on fucking some website. that accidentally swiped the wrong
Actually,
way.
at least if you meet them, actually, if you meet them on the dating website first, good chance you're gonna meet them sober first. So I'd probably rather meet them sober first than meet them at a bar already drunk.
Yeah, I think I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gotten dates from those apps, but I don't really like using those apps because a lot of the people are robots. It's not real people, you know. So like when you match with somebody, it's a fucking robot or it's a dude on the other end in fucking Kenya, like trying to get your Cash App and shit. Like it's all bogus. The one thing that's always worked for me that I've done for like 15 years now probably is Facebook. What I do is, here's a tip for any single men out there if you want to try this. It works better than Tinder and shit. So I'll typically like go on some people's friends list and I'll just add random women that I find attractive that live locally. And then if they accept my friend request, I'll just start like kind of like liking their stats here and there as far as like interacting, just commenting on random shit they post, right? Like I'm not gonna just hit you up right off the bat when you don't fucking know.
Yeah, just right away get the accepted dick pic right now. Boom.
Well, a lot of people do that.
I know,
Most men do that. Yeah.
I hear about that shit all the time. I don't understand.
Yeah, most men do that. So I like planting seeds. You know what I mean? So I'll like kind of like start liking a status here, commenting here and there. And then once I put up some stories and I see that they're watching my stories, that's when I'll hit them up because I'll be like, okay, this person's. There's a chance they might be paying attention. Sure, they might have accidentally just saw my story, but if it's consistent, then I'm like, all right, this person's paying attention. It's probably a green light to go. But there's different ways, you know.
Oh, man.
Chris Matthews, I like women on MySpace. I didn't even have MySpace. Hell, I didn't even get Facebook until 2017. Like I didn't care for social media. It was just the scourge of society. The only social media that I liked was any sports apps or movie apps, shit like that.
Dude,
I didn't give a fuck about Facebook or Instagram. Nothing.
I had my first Facebook, like on my Blackberries. I think that's the Blackberry. My very first Blackberry. That's where Facebook started for me.
Yeah, I've had my Facebook since 2012, I want to say. So, been a while.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that. I mean, God, it's only been like, what, 15 years for cell phones, really? Like the way it is now? And how within 15 years, everything
really,
changed.
Considering from what they were back then, yeah. Yeah, I think iPhone came out like in 2008, 2009. That was the first smartphone. Because the BlackBerry was different. The BlackBerry was like a mini computer. That's why the president had it all the time. Like I remember that was a thing. Like a lot of government officials had BlackBerries because they were the most encrypted ones and the hardest ones to crack. Whereas an iPhone or some other fucking Android phone, any one, they could crack them easier. But the BlackBerry, for some reason, that software was more difficult to get through. I thought that was pretty cool about them.
It's a cool little Snapple fact.
I think we just slowed down as a society, dude, evolution. I mean, think about it. Okay, if you saw a picture from the 1950s, just like a picture of a drive-through or some shit like that, the cars, you'd know it was the 1950s. You look at it from 1995, you'd be like, okay, that's around 90s, maybe 80s. If you look at another picture from 2025, you could probably still claim it looks like from 1990. You see what I'm saying? Nothing really evolved from the 90s on than it did like from the 60s, the looks. And
I don't know about that.
Ever really evolved.
No, you can point out the 90s. The 2000s till now, you might have an argument. You can point out the 90s, though. You know, just based on clothes.
I guess, but I guess it depends, though, on what it really is. Well, music surely didn't evolve. I probably could tell you that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. I just don't know if they don't know where to go anymore, or does anyone even want to be creative anymore? I don't know.
Everybody's got their own website. Everybody's got their own YouTube page. Everybody's got their Twitch stream, their Kick stream. That's what it is. We're on YouTube.
Dude, that's the other thing. Everybody claims to be like an entrepreneur now. Like every woman is looking for. It's all these just false narratives and hopes that's not real. Like too many people are on TikTok watching this shit thinking this is reality. Like, dude, any girl you meet nowadays, they expect to be flown out to like Miami. Yo, this is not regular shit. This isn't like you get flown out on a regular to Miami. Like that's not real.
I follow a Instagram page called Only in Dade, And most of the time, it's them showing people that are influencers in the
Yeah.
wild, in the middle of the street, taking pictures of it during the fucking traffic. Like they don't have a permit for none of this shit. They literally, I seen one. There was 3 dudes picking up a bed, and then the girl running back across the street after she posed in the middle of the street with the bed, like it's some fucking skimpy, ass everywhere, tits everywhere, but covering up the main spots in the middle of traffic. Like this is for the cell phone video from somebody's car. They're like, look, this is Miami, 7 o'clock in the day. this is what you see. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, people are crazy, but that's what they want to do, bro. You see it all the time. Everybody wants clout. I don't want clout. I don't want nobody to know who the fuck I am. I'm fine. People who know me know me. We're good.
Look at it from like being a kid in the 80s. We had G.I. Joe. They got YouTube influences. You see the difference? You don't see cartoons like G.I. Joe anymore. Hell no.
I don't even think kids really, they're not even into that stuff. I mean, they have an iPad at age 5 now.
But to be fair on that, I get on that. I don't think they give it a chance though, because if the G.I. Joe from 1984 on, I guess it would be considered controversial today because of the violence, more if anything, the guns and shit. In the 80s, no one gave a fuck about that crap. We had, that's what's crazy. We were the generation that grew up with all the guns, the playing war. We had the toy aisles of guns, just toy guns. But we had less, we didn't have mass shootings and shit like they did now.
No, those started when we were
more
in high school.
heavy influence with guns in our generation, but yet we had less issues. Now, when we got to the 90s, became teenagers, the motherfuckers want to be thugs and shit like that. Yeah, okay. And want to be gang members. That was hilarious. White boys trying to be bloods. Yeah, I grew up in suburbia, Shy. So, yeah, white boys wanted to be Bloods and Crips. The fucking most hilarious thing you ever seen in your life. And
there was gangs everywhere. Every other block was a different gang.
Yeah, where I grew up was, it was pretty rough, but we didn't have like gangs. Like Philly's never had like Bloods and Crips and shit like that. It was just usually like block gangs. So it was like certain streets had their own gangs, but it's coming out here now though. We have a bunch of fake Bloods now that travel from like New Jersey and New York. So like I don't know. I'm starting to see red rags in Philly now, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? This is not a Philly thing. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Oh no, these were like, what's that damn movie with Jamie Kennedy?
I hate that movie.
You know that movie? That's what. Yeah, no, that's what
Malibu's Most Wanted.
That's what they were like here.
I couldn't think of what it was. I was like, God damn, it's Malibu something.
Just a little bit more early 90s look. He was more later 90s had an image, but no, the early 90s. Yeah, they used to have the red bandanas and shit. And it was like, this shit's hilarious. They all
Chicago. We didn't have fucking gangs. I heard of Bloods and Crips from watching TV. The gangs in my neighborhoods were not Bloods and Crips. Like it was it's like the way Capone structured the city back in the 20s and the 30s was that there was all sets from different sides that all took care of him because he was the big boss. And then when he was gone, all that shit fractured. And there was just a bunch of different gangs. Like the colors that I'm wearing right now is a gang color. Like black in just about any color. If you wear the wrong color in the neighborhood, it's a wrap. Somebody's gonna come up. It's usually gonna be like a 17-year-old, not even 17, like a 13 or 14-year-old kid with like a 38 in his pocket. Walk up to you, be like, "Where are you from, bro?" And you're like, "What?" I was
Chicago.
It's different.
Chicago is mostly like vice lords and black disciples and shit like that, right?
Latin Kings. No, Latin Kings. There's a lot of smaller little sets. There's Latin Kings. I think was based out of. I don't know if it was based. I think it was based out of New York, and then Chicago was the next biggest place.
Oh, so they had the Warriors, the Baseball Furies. Who else?
But the Black Disciples and the GDs, the Gangster Disciples, they're from Chicago. That's where they originated from.
Yeah, that's where they originated from. The El Rukins are ones from way back in the day, and they tried to become a religion. I remember them bitches in like the late 80s, early 90s. They were trying to get tax-free status because they were considering their gang was a religion, almost like a Rastafarian. That's what they were trying to claim. But it was not. It was a gang. It was just a straight up gang. But it made it to the point where it was like, "Oh, Rukins are a gang." You're like, "No, we're not. This is a church. It's our church." I'm like, "Well, what do you believe in, God?" It was just a different kind of God. Like, he lets us smoke weed and do crack and sell crack and all that shit. It's fine. No big deal. People get shot sometimes. Whatever, it's God's will. But yeah, bro, it was different, bro. It was different out there.
And that was your experience, huh?
Different, bro. There was a lot of gangs, bro. A lot of gangs. There's a lot of like, no joke. People reason get stuck in certain cities that are like that have gangs like that. They don't get out of the neighborhood. It's because they're afraid to. If you're wearing the wrong color, literally the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood, somebody's gonna check you, and you better have the correct answer. You're like, no, I'm just visiting my grandma or some shit. I'm visiting a friend. Like, I didn't no, don't disrespect. Like, you literally had to say, they no disrespect, because the kid that came up to you has a gun in his pocket. I promise you, 100%.
And I was a suburban white Latino boy that saw the movie Colors. Street cred.
See, it's different nowadays too, because you know, they make their own guns. They have the ghost guns in Philly, so it's hard to like solve any cases because they 3D print these guns, they melt them down, and there's no evidence. It's fucking melted plastic. So it's like,
it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
they have to be careful. I remember after 9/11, they started to like, were worried about that technology coming out. Like, I know it's a big deal. That's why some people get screened, or some people, I say, people that, you know, look like most of us in here, except for, you know, someone.
Yeah.
I always get randomly checked. But yeah, and you see it on TV shows all the time, and I'm like, no, that can't be real. And then you can go online and find that shit. And it's fucking crazy. Like, you know, a Glock 22, 3D printed. Here you go. $2,000. Thank you. Untraceable. Awesome. Just throw it in a bowl, throw it in the oven, put it on boil. You'll be fine. It's gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's scary nowadays, dude. Because fucking, there's no limits to guns anymore either. You know, they put extenders on them and fucking all this crazy shit. It's like little fucking 12-year-olds walking around here with army guns. I'm like, dude, how the fuck did you like? I remember there was a rapper in Chicago. It was a young rapper, terrible rapper too, like awful. They locked him up because they found him on Instagram with a fucking rocket launcher. Like, bro, you're a rapper with a rocket launcher? Like, what are you doing with your life right now?
Yo, the ops are coming. I gotta take care of business, and they come through the neighborhood
I'll find
with the tank.
My question is, where the fuck did he get that one from?
Dark web.
That had to be some Russian or some. That was some illegal shit.
It's all illegal, bro. I'm used to seeing like people have like AKs.
Those are the weapons that get sold to the rebels and shit in some fucking country.
Right. Can I share the screen? I want to show you guys this picture real quick. Can I show it?
Yeah. I forgot how you do it from another.
Here, no, I know how to do it. Hold on. Here, look at this shit. This is the rapper. This is the rocket launcher they got from him, and that's the picture from Instagram. And now he's got life in prison because
he got one of them old school ones, huh?
Yeah, what a fucking rocket launcher, bro.
It's an old Russian one, bro. That's what it is. It's an old Russian RPG. When the Soviet Union came down, bro.
What do you find that as like a 14, 15-year-old in the middle of Chicago? Like, what the fuck? Who's the rocket launcher plug? You know?
I grew up around shit like that, but don't get me wrong. We didn't have no rocket launchers in the neighborhood, but there was automatic weapons. Like, the people across the street from my house when I was growing up, like the formative years from like 6th, 7th grade on, those guys were Latin Kings, and it was a set house president that lived across the street from my house. So I knew them the whole time I lived there. And unfortunately, I didn't rock with that crew. I knew them because they were like neighbors, and they never had no problem with me. But it's I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, it was weird. It was weird because you'd come outside one day and there's 17 black, white, and Latino dudes in somebody's front lawn just all hanging out, smoking weed. Like, sure, you want some? I'm like, I'm 13. Leave me alone. Like, no.
It was the convention. It was all the gang leaders of the city.
It was just a meeting. It was just a set meeting. Like, it was just for the neighborhood that they rep. That's what they would go to the president's house, and he's the one that had the meeting. They'd take care of shit in the backyard. Like, people got beef, go fight. Like, I had to fight somebody before in the backyard.
Some dude would get on stage and be like, "Can you dig it?"
It's just a regular backyard.
God, y'all, compared to y'all, I'm just from little ass New Orleans. You know, not even
up in the rough part of New Orleans. Like you didn't grow up in like the projects.
You can walk through New Orleans less than 2 hours.
Yo, I'll tell you this about New Orleans. I was telling Fatty off the air. So I went there one time for WrestleMania, right? I had because this is when I was still like involved with wrestling. So I was doing shows. I mainly went to make money there. Like I didn't actually go to WrestleMania, but I went and did the conventions and shit. I was walking around looking for food, bro. Every supermarket I went into had alive caged chickens for sale. This was like the weirdest shit to me. I was just like, yo, like, is this normal in New York? Like, is that a thing, Fatty? Like, just having fucking caged chickens in stores?
I'm gonna defer to my co-host on this one. Is this normal, Gary?
I don't know. I know I see chickens all the time.
That's the new one.
But
I mean,
you might have went into a voodoo shop, bro. Like I'm not sure you were in a regular grocery store.
Maybe I don't know, man. I mean, I was definitely in the hood, like because like I went last minute, so there was
Spanish
like,
grocery store.
Yeah, like it was like Spanish or Haitian, there was like different ones. But the whole area there was like zero white people. It was just like zero white people.
You were the lightest person there.
No, I mean there was Hispanic people, but I didn't see any white people. But like, I love the culture though. It's so mixed and just like weird with the voodoo shit. Like I love the fucking witchcraft sense of like New Orleans. Like all the gift shops are just selling like cursed items and all this weird shit, which I'm sure it's all gimmicks. You know what I mean? It's not real.
Did you get to go to like any of the cemeteries, anything like that?
No, I just did. I had a WrestleCon for 2 days straight, so I just went over there, and I had a couple wrestlers for that weekend, so I had to kind of like have them with me and show them around and shit. So I didn't really have too much time to, get around and do anything. But it was a good time. I mean, the food was amazing. I don't even like seafood, to be honest with you. And I dug the seafood probably because it's deep fried.
You deep fry it and you season it enough, everything tastes good.
Yeah, no, because I don't
yeah,
I don't eat clams. Like I don't eat oyster. I don't eat none of this shit. So they were like, "Yo, eat a deep fried though. It's gonna be good." I ate it deep fried. I was sold, man. I was like, "Yeah, I get it now."
Yeah, I mean, even from here, you don't like. I know, like my family, they love raw oysters. I can't stand raw oysters.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
But now they actually do a charboil raw oyster where they'll put the half shell on the grill for a little while and it kind of cooks it, and they put like a lemon butter with some garlic, and it's like half
garlic sauce, bro.
Good.
And Parmesan cheese on the top, and it's called charboiled oysters. Those are the shit. I mean, me and my girl, we'll go split a dozen during Lent. We'll eat that and like a few pounds of crawfish. And we'll be like, yep, this is how we eat. We're like, we don't even need a menu. We're going to go to this place. We're going to go get, 5 pounds, 4 pounds, whatever, of some crawfish and a dozen char-grilled oysters. And that's a wrap.
And crawfish boils are like religion down here during crawfish season.
I was just going to mention that so when I first moved out, I was 18, right? I moved into these apartments in Philly, and I was living by myself, and like I smoke a lot. So I was like, my shit would stink. I would stink up the whole hallway, So there was this dude from Baton Rouge that just moved down to Philly, and he was like, bro, I swear to God, he was close to 7 feet. Like he was gigantic. He was a fucking giant of a man. And I saw him out here, bro. Huh?
I got some cornbread motherfuckers out here, bro. Some big dudes out here.
Big dude, and we called him Country. That's what he went by. It was Country. And I'll never forget, man. He just the first time he came to my house, because he was looking for weed. He was like, "Yo, I'm like brand new here. Like I smell it in the air. I know you got some. Like, put me on somebody." So
like a hound dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he knew what it was. So I put him on, and we became cool. I'll never forget, man. He had the thickest fucking accent. This dude, the first time he came to my house, he walked in and was like, "Hey, man, it's warm in here, man." And I was like, "What?" It was like that. It's warm in here. That's what he's trying to say. I was like, it's warm in here, man.
I knew what you said. I knew exactly what you said. I know what they talk like down here.
Anytime he started a sentence, it was, hey, man, it's warm in here, man. I was like, yo, I fuck with this dude. That was like one of my best friends for a long time, man. He moved back to Baton Rouge. I haven't seen him for years, but, shout out Country. But yeah, he would come out with like a fucking popcorn bucket full of crawfish. He'd be fucking munching them shits down. I was like, yo, like none of us are used to this. So we're looking at him like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? What is this guy eating cockroaches? Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
It's like baby lobster.
It's like little baby lobster.
Yeah.
Just the fucked up part. This is the first year I haven't had since I've been together with Christy. We haven't had a crawfish bowl. It was so expensive this year. It was so expensive when they were in season. It It was like, no, I can't do it. I can't afford paying the amount of crawfish that I would normally make would cost what double that amount of crawfish would cost with all the fixings. That's how much more it got to. I was like, I can't do it. Can't afford that. Like,
But
can't have that, man.
Besides Gary not doing it, it don't matter how expensive. People still have their fucking balls down here. It's like religion down here every year.
I just couldn't do it this year, and I wanted to so bad. It's the first year we haven't had one, and I was just like, whatever, bro, I'm good. I don't even want to worry about
trailers. That's why, though.
I know we don't have too much. I know we don't have too much time left, but I want to tell you guys a funny story about this real quick. So not this time, the previous time I was single 2 years ago, I met this girl on Facebook, right? Because it looked like she was from Allentown. Allentown is in Pennsylvania, and it's all like Puerto Ricans, and like I have a weakness for like Latinos. So I immediately go to. So if you're from Allentown, like I've probably been in your DMs, like you already know, like So I hit this girl up, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm originally from Allentown, but I live in Baltimore now." So I started talking to her. I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably never going to meet her. She lives in Baltimore." But then I looked it up. I'm like, Baltimore is like less than an hour away from me. It's not that bad. It's less than going to New Jersey. So like, let's make it happen. So I met up with her one time, and I'll never forget. I went over there, and again, I'm not a seafood person, so I don't know too much about seafood. It's just not my thing. So I picked her up, and I'm like, "Yo, what do you want to do?" And she was like, "Well, let's just go get something to eat." I was like, "All right, that's cool. Let's get some seafood. I'm in Baltimore. Like, let's do some crabs. That's what you guys are known for. Sell me on crabs."
They're supposed to be really good.
And I'll give this girl credit. She gave me a heads up. She was like, "Hey, I just want to be honest with you. Crab season is over, so the prices are going to be like 4 times the amount that you would usually pay for crabs." My dumbass, I'm not thinking like, because again, I'm not used to Baltimore. I don't know how they serve crabs. I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to get each like a whole crab. It'll be, I don't know, tops like it'll be $100 or whatever. Like whatever, we'll figure this shit out, bro. We ordered crabs. She ordered it for me because I didn't know what the fuck was going. I was just like, yo, just get
no. No!
Bro, I started
everything.
I started sweating. No, she only ordered one thing, right? She only ordered one thing. I started sweating fucking crazy because I was starting to see, other people get their food and everybody got the same treatment. The treatment is they throw a fucking blanket on your table and they dump like 30 crabs onto the table, and that's the whole presentation. They just dump a shitload of crabs on the table, and that's it. So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, that's a lot of crabs. She said this shit was going to be expensive. Like, I thought we were just getting like 1 or 2. Like, this is fucking 30 crabs. What are we doing with 30 crabs,
Eating them, bro. That's more work than crawfish.
By the way, this was the last date. I cut this girl off immediately. And the reason is because she cracked the shell and she started dipping the crab legs into like, she called it the crab mustard. I didn't know what the fuck that is. So I did some Google searching and I found out it's like the guts and the poop, whatever the fuck is inside the crab, they use it as a sauce. And they claim it's sweet. I'm not dipping nothing in
the yellow stuff.
Yeah.
Crawfish got that too.
That shit is good though, Shahin.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not
you get that with a butter knife, boy, scoop it out that shell. And
that's what she was doing. She was dipping all this. I already had it set in my mind. I'm like, yo, I'm not even gonna kiss this girl. This girl's eating crab poop in front of me. Like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, what?
You see, you fucked up. You let a good one get away,
bro. I was like, this shit is crazy. This girl's eating crab poop in front of me. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Imagine the possibilities.
Bro, that tab came out to almost $300. I had to drop like $370. Yeah, I had to drop like $350, $370 on that table, bro.
Shit.
There's a lot of crap. And that, what's the worst part is that I hated the taste of it. So I told her, I was like, yo, this is all you. Take it. I don't know what you want to do with it. Go feed it to your family. Go take it. You do what you got to do.
Your family.
And that's it. I don't want no parts of it.
Dogs.
$350 yours. You got it, So that was the last time I saw her, man. I never went back to Baltimore after that. I was like, yeah, it's not my scene, man.
Like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. She was a nice girl, nice, good-looking girl, but
It's a date for 2. Here's 300 crab.
Yo, I was shocked how many crabs we just dropped on our table. I was mortified because I was like, oh no, like what?
See, at least down here they have the decency to put it on a tray. Like, they have seafood, like the trays out here are huge, like the crawfish trays. This is a big ass fucking tray. Like, it's like, here you go. And they just fill it up higher. Yeah, big fucking round fucking tray.
Here you go. Eat.
No,
I'm like,
this was their
my
gimmick.
first thought-
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I get it. But that's how seafood is. Like it's very minimalist. We do crawfish boils out here. All you do is take the pot, let it drain out, and then fucking pour it on the table in front of everybody, then walk away, and then everybody eats. And there's shit tons of crawfish and all the fixings, all the side stuff. It's fucking marvelous.
And everybody thinks that shit's better than everybody else's.
I'll tell you what though. Shout out to Weebs. He used to listen to the show. I don't know if he's still around, but he was from New Orleans. So when I arrived in New Orleans, I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, you trying to link up? Like, I don't know nothing around here. Like, show me around." And the first time he took me to some, like, I could tell it was like, it wasn't bougie or anything, but it was like, you know, somewhat fancy little fucking seafood spot. I was like, "Bro, take me where you eat. I'm not here to experience like a fancy setting. Take me where you eat." This man took me to a gas station, and I bought gumbo. I bought gumbo out of a gas station, and it was the best fucking gumbo I've ever had in my goddamn life. That shit, it looked like swamp water. Like, it looked like it was like almost green.
But, yeah.
But it was on point. Like, it was the best shit I ever had, you know?
Oh no, gumbo looks dirty. Like if it's done correctly, if you make the roux right, it looks like fucking just what is this? It's the stick your spoon and dig, and then you bring it to your mouth. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the key's always the roux, getting the roux right. That's the key of a good gumbo.
Yeah, you need that shrimp paste and all that shit. You know, I get it. But yeah, that was phenomenal.
No, it ain't shrimp paste. The roux's made. All it is oil and flour.
No, yeah, they don't do no pre-made stuff down here. Everything is from scratch. They're not putting like you said, with flour and oil. Yeah,
that's just like regular roux, though. You use that for anything, any soup base, anything. But don't they add shrimp paste to the roux?
If anything, you're gonna add that like later on, like maybe some real shrimp.
Real shrimp, yeah,
real shrimp in there, yeah.
It's all fucking real seafood down here. I ain't never seen nobody make no gumbo with no shrimp paste.
Because I've seen them. I've watched a couple videos where they make gumbo, you know, and like I guess the stock, they get it from the shrimp shells. Like, they'll just boil the actual shells, and they'll get stock from that.
Oh, they're doing it yeah. I guess if you're doing it like completely from scratch, but you can make a good gumbo without doing all that. I mean, the roux, if you can get your roux right, like when I make mine, I get my roux right before the burnt part, just right before, because the darker the better, the richer it'll be. And I'll put my roux in, and I'll mix it with chicken broth, and that's what thickens it up. And that's when you put everything. I put everything else to start boil, and I'll let it cook like on a slow cooker for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Melts like butter.
Some of those things you set them and forget them. Yeah, you do it in the morning when you get up and you leave. By the time you get back home from work, dinner's ready. All you gotta do is make some rice. That takes 25 minutes.
Yeah, red beans is another big thing down here.
Red beans and rice. I only know how to make enough for 7 people. I don't know how to make it smaller than that. I can't make it for just me and Christy. My recipe calls for this much. I don't know how to make it smaller. I know how long it takes me. Only thing I can adjust is the cornbread. That's up too. Oh, I love cornbread. Getting hungry thinking about it.
Yeah, man. I chef it up, man. I like cooking a lot. I still haven't even ate dinner tonight. I gotta get dinner after here. So you guys made me want gumbo, and I don't have shit close to that around here. So.
We'll have to ship you some. One of them, the ice things.
Yo, they gave me the gumbo in like a styrofoam cup too. I was like, "There's some ghetto shit, man. They got a fucking styrofoam cup out of a gas station. You trying to?" I told him, I'm like, right. I came to New Orleans and I told you to take me where you eat. You took me to a gas station with styrofoam cup gumbo, like. And then I tasted it and I was like, "Yo, let me shut the fuck up. Let me. I take that back." I was like,
"Some of the best food out here is the local gas station that got a deli or something or cooking."
Or the hole in the wall places. Those are the most those are the oldest places and probably the most packed places that you wouldn't even think are that make money or be any good. I'm trying to think.
Michelin star rating over here.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
No Michelin star rating. They don't give a shit about that. You want some food, baby? Come here, come on.
No, the mom and pop places are probably the best places because they feed you. You know, they believe in that shit down here in the mom and pop places.
One of the little Spanish supermarkets out here, When you go in there, you can get like a plate. You know, you can get a plate at the back of the grocery store sometimes. I don't know what you guys got. You guys got Publix up there, or what do you guys got up there?
Nah, I've never even heard of Publix. Yeah, we got just like Giant and Redner's and Aldi and Walmart and fucking Wegmans. You know, I don't know if you guys have any of those other than Walmart, but
no, I don't think you have them in Walmart.
But we're in the fucking South, yo. I mean,
yeah, I didn't think
Walmart. That's like church.
Yeah, right. Dude, Walmart is the fucking worst. Though. I'll never go to Walmart.
Yeah,
I don't either. Thank God for the delivery now.
Yeah, Walmart is trash.
I don't like going to Walmart.
I remember as a kid when it first came out, it was so awesome, you know.
Yeah, back in the day,
Kmart got a competitor. It's like, oh shit, it's not just Kmart no more.
Yeah, Kmart used to have like a thing where you go eat, get some popcorn, you know.
Yeah, little dining area. It was always bigger than everybody else's.
Kids will never know.
Also, Walmart was a lot more tolerable before COVID because it was 24 hours. So you could go at 1 a.m. and avoid all the fucking nonsense and just get your shit. That's when it was more tolerable, you know?
I remember
they closed at like 9. So,
and I remember there was a time way back in the day where I think I went out, and then instead of going home, we're like, we gotta get shit for the house. Like, we gotta get groceries. Let's just get groceries. Groceries 2:30 in the morning. Weird fucking people at 2:30 in the morning at Walmart. That's different. That's what's happened to the society. You're not able to see all the weirdos. They don't have their time to go at the witching hour anymore at Walmart. Just walk around.
No, well, yeah, I got you beat, bro. Imagine going to Walmart at 2 a.m. With a friend, going get fucking delicer because his stupid ass brother caught fucking crabs from a chick.
Jesus Christ. That's why you go at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm standing with him. I'm like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
Man, I would have kicked that man right out of my car, man, bro. You got an Uber there.
Well, no,
like,
no, he was at home, but he was at home, you know, picking him out. I guess and we were like,
oh man,
we gotta go get it for him. I mean, that's the least we could do. So we're standing in line.
That's worse than standing with tampons. That's worse than having tampons in your like when you're picking them up or something and you're all insecure. I don't want to get lice stuff because that's everybody
all day. I don't give a fuck about
tampons. Tampons is no big deal, but lice, that's like somebody gonna be looking at you like, why are you not in all plastic?
Nah, you're gonna have to get that yourself, man. I'm not a good enough friend to get somebody fucking crab medicine and shit like that. Well, you got to get your itchy ass to Walmart yourself, man. I'm
now here's the problem. I live there.
Emergency alert.
So I was part of the D-Lice program of the whole room because we all shared a room because we were younger back then. So yeah, we had to wash everything.
No, bro. You know, I never had lice.
Looking like the Rambo movie with the fucking water hose on him. You know?
He's up against the wall and just throwing that shit on him.
Throwing that white powder on him and shit.
Fucking hosing him up.
Looking like a Nam movie.
Just torturing a motherfucker. Here you go. Oh man, that's getting bad out here. Fuck me.
Dude, it was funny because we knew when he first told, he's like, "They're eating me alive." So we had to laugh at first. Yeah, then we were like, fuck, I feel bad.
Yeah, luckily I have no experience with crabs or lice or bed bugs or any of that shit. So.
I had lice as a kid, you know, in my hair.
No, I remember there was a lice outbreak in like 2nd grade, and they caught it at the. Well, that's what they called it. Where I was fucking everybody in that grade in that class got it. I was one of the few people that didn't get it because I was sick, so I didn't even have to worry about it. Like I was sick, I was gonna go back to school, and they're like, "No, don't go back to school. You can't go back to school. Why not? Your whole class is out." I was like, no, "Okay, that's fine." Like, they don't know who else is gonna get it.
Yeah, you got lucky with that one, man.
That shit. Well, the second time I got it as a kid, I just told my mom, "Get the clippers. Just shave this shit off." I was going the easy route, not with her just sitting there, just one at a time and shit. No, just cut it all. I think I was in like the 3rd grade. Just take it off. Take it off. Looking like the beginning of Full Metal Jacket, listening to that song, you know.
Yeah, I'm bald now, so I'm safe. I don't have to deal with that. Other than my beard, maybe, but you know.
Oh, that'd be horrible. You're sitting there like this all the time.
And I'm not shaving this shit off either. So
Get you a nice brush. Like I used to have one of these for my dog. Come here.
Well, I got long hair, and the bad thing about that is because the grays are coming out, so the colors disappear, and I'm gonna look like Sam Elliott in a couple of years.
You start screaming at everybody.
I'll just get a hat, grow the mustache, bro. Like,
You're ever gonna dye your hair? How do you feel about that?
There's never dye has never touched my hair in 40. Not even when I was a kid, want to have the black. Not one time. I've never dyed my hair once.
This is what color it is. This is what color it's gonna be. Like
yeah, I don't have
to do about this shit. Yeah,
I don't even know if my hair is gray. I just shave it all off. But I got a couple, grays in my beard, but it's barely noticeable. But I'm sure.
The funny part is, I've been getting grays since I was like 17, 18 years old. Like since I've been getting grays. Like it's a family trait on both sides of my family. They're gray. Like gray just runs in the family on the males. If there's any females on that side, not so much. The males, yes. It's like me and my two cousins. They all both have like gray hair. One of my cousins got like long dreads, and their dreads are like this color, probably whiter. I don't even know.
You ever see those dudes that have like
looking like King Willie?
Like their beard is pretty much split. It's half white, half black, just naturally.
Yep.
I'm hoping I get lucky to at least get like a cool pattern in my shit, so I can be like, all right, this looks dope. This is like,
It's never gonna be cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If you get split half and half, like that'd be kind of cool.
This is as cool as I get.
Yeah, I mean, yours like the middle is gray and the rest is.
Well, that's you know what this is from?
What's that?
From acidity. That's all I'll put it. I just put it there. It's like something very acidic was on my mouth there.
Gotcha.
For a long time.
Oh,
yeah, I've been doing that for a long time too, man. Maybe that's
peroxide, huh?
Yeah, I bumped my chin so much cleaning pools.
Okay, pony boy.
Gary's pH level was off on his beard, so that's what.
Oh yeah, and only right here though. That's the funny part. It's only on my chin.
You put some acid on it, huh? You had to bring the levels down, huh?
Flip it around. Turn around, bitch. Oh shit, man. Oh man, it's fucking raining bad out here, bro.
Yeah,
keep on getting weather alerts on my phone. Keep on getting fucking weather alerts. It's blocking everything on the screen. What? I heard you already. Oh man, bro.
Yeah, it's just hot here, man. It's not. We haven't had rain for a while. It's just fucking dry and hot here.
Yeah, it'll stop raining in like a half hour, and then it'll be fucking 95 degrees again.
It's been wet here this year so far. It's been real
We've had some
wet.
dry stretches. Yeah, that's what she said.
Last year we were fucking a desert.
Yeah, last year we couldn't get the fucking. It was so fucking ridiculous, bro. It was so fucking hot every day.
But
last week was real bad here. It was like almost 100 degrees. But I mean, I know parts of the country people are going to listen to this and be like, "Oh, it's 110 degrees here." Like I understand. For us, it's hot. You know what I mean? Like I get it if you're from Miami or California. Like 110 is probably regular for you, but for us, I was fucking dying in this.
I remember the summers in Chicago. They were different.
Like I said, you get that swamp humidity here. Florida.
That's even worse.
Florida's on the ocean. One side of them. Actually, they got the Gulf on the other side. So they get
but in the middle is wind. Yeah, and in the middle, there's nothing but swampland. It's shitty down there too. I lived in Orlando for like 10 years. That shit was not that good either. Once you left the city, yeah, everything. Yeah, because we're underwater. We're underwater technically, not even above sea level. So that's a whole other problem. But it gets pretty bad everywhere. But yeah, it is what it is.
A story for another day.
Yeah. See you, Levy.
The Adventures of Katrina.
No, don't worry about that. Right when you said that thunder.
Well, y'all want to wrap things up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I got some stuff to do. Shy, I appreciate it for coming on, man. It was fun. I want you to come back on.
Of course, man.
Maybe we won't have some. Yeah, we won't have some technical difficulties. I won't have my ex, my daughter calling me all that fucking once.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. It's my fault.
Hey, if you got a good laugh of it,
technology got the best of me. So, you're like, mute the mic. We're still fucking like, God damn it! You can fucking hear me. I forgot.
All good, brother. It was good entertainment, man. It's all good.
Oh shit.
You want to go ahead and plug the show and channel?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do as much YouTube content anymore, but I still have a bunch of backlog videos you can watch. You can check me out, Planet Mondo on YouTube. What I'm most active on is probably Spitball Media on YouTube. You can also subscribe via podcast and route. You could get it on iTunes, whatever else is out there, Spotify, I think. So yeah, Spitball Media is mainly it. We do Thursday nights, typically 9 p.m. Eastern time, live on YouTube. So join us. We also have a Patreon if you want to check that out. But yeah, I appreciate the love, man.
That's what's up.
No, thank you for coming on again, and yeah, go check out this show, Spitball Media. It's John and Draper and Bish O'Brien. Y'all a great team, bro. Y'all are my Friday mornings. Y'all every morning on my Friday 6:30. I start my stuff, and y'all the first thing I listen to, because I'll jump in on y'all live show just in the beginning because I go to bed for 8:45 here because I'm up at 4 o'clock. So yeah, so I'll just jump in, say what's up, and if you don't see me again, it's because I jumped off and went to bed.
Yeah. Either way, we appreciate the love, man. I appreciate that.
No problem, bro. I've been there day one. I'll be there all the way.
Yeah, I'm just, dude. I almost fell away myself when we were still talking like politics, because I was like, I told them, I was like, bro, I'm burned out on this shit. Like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, can we talk about entertainment?
Oh yeah, it gets old. And it's like with us too. We try to stick away from it, but sometimes now more in my lifetime, the entertainment gets intertwined with the politics now. Yeah. More this in my lifetime I've ever seen before.
Everybody wants to make a statement. We get it. Yeah.
Social media changed.
Tired of like every week there was like a school shooting that we had to cover. I'm like, bro, I don't look forward to the show anymore because it's all bad, negative shit that I don't necessarily want to talk about. So like. The show should be fun, so I'm glad we switched it around and kind of do mostly entertainment, music, movies, mostly horror movies, honestly. But we talk all kinds of movies. But yeah, so
that's what's up.
And
I appreciate you guys having me. It's a pleasure.
I think we come back Saturday. I had to talk to you about that, but
I'll be here.
Let's roll on out. Want to thank everybody who joined us. We'll make sure we give everybody the credit on the recorded show. But thanks again, y'all. Check out Spitball Media and Planet Mondo. Y'all have a good night, guys.